So the world is filled with inequalities. We had to show you that video because we cannot talk about economic development without addressing some of the inequalities. But before we move forward, let's define economic development. So the formal definition is defined as efforts that seek to improve the economic well-being and quality of life for a community by creating and or retaining jobs and supporting or growing incomes. And we must factor in the tax base. So we're going to find economic development within these key words and phrases: well-being, quality of life, creating and or retaining jobs, and we're going to factor in a tax base. So if we think about economic development in these lines, we see that there are many barriers placed that make it hard for many people in America specifically to flourish. So we have to ask the question, what happened with the distribution of wealth and income in America? Economists have revealed 400 people have more wealth than half of the people in the United States. We can look back to slavery and see that economy in America was being developed off of stolen land and on the backs of slaves. The Emancipation Proclamation, acknowledged in 1865 along with the 13th Amendment, we see over 4 million slaves were freed, and some slaves were even given land. But it was Andrew Johnson who reversed these initial gains that attempted to level the playing field. So the poor were left out of the wealth-producing structures, and communities started to suffer or try to find their own ways to develop income. In 1934 to 1962, the federal government underwrote $120 billion in housing. Less than 2% went to non-whites. So there were policies passed, including tax cuts to the rich, that further perpetuated class separation. O'Berry Hendricks would argue the politics of Jesus have nothing to do with the politics of America. So are we behaving with justice toward all others in obedience to God's laws? Should we not be angry against every action, system, policy, and institution that excludes any of God's children from the fullest fruits of life? How can one really build cultural and financial assets? What are communities that are going through these different barriers doing to survive? But what does the Bible say about economic development? What are the basic Christian principles on which economic life should be organized? You see, with all these questions, we can see economic development is very, very broad. We can also see economic development can be very messy. So, sit back as we explore just some of these areas. We hope you enjoy.